Traded it all.
So welcome back, everyone. This is also going to be neat. All newbies today. I have with me Jessica Zanis, and she is the founder of Soul Care by CCC. Welcome to the show. Pete, tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what this is all about.
Gosh, that's always such an interesting question. Basically, it started, I started Soul Care about a year and a half ago. And prior to that, it was a blog that I started writing called Chronic Climber Chick. I was in a professional sales career for 15 years, and I traveled all over the Southwest, and it was a very high-stress scenario to help sort of cope with all of that stress and being on the road constantly. I stopped taking flights, and I started driving and seeing the Southwest and our national parks and hiking along the way to avoid traffic jams. And eventually that stress sort of broke me down, and I ended up in the hospital with a very bad GI infection that I almost died from. I had an abscess that had burst, and during that time in the hospital, it really gave me a lot to think about as far as how I needed a better balance in my life. And that was a little over 5 years ago. And I laid in that hospital bed, and there was something here locally called the 7 Summit Challenge. And it's where you climb 7 mountains in one day. And
I'm out. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was laying there
In one day.
In one day, and one of the answers that the doctors had for me was that I was going to have surgery. That's how I was going to beat this disease that I was struggling with. And I was in medical sales, so I knew enough to ask around to several different kinds of doctors and sort of put my own plan together based on the research that I had done. And I figured out that fighting the stress and finding a balance and controlling the inflammation in my body was the best route to take. And for me to do that, I had to be in the best shape of my life. I figured if I did, at last resort, have to have the surgery, I wanted to be standing up as strong as I could. So this was a goal for me to do this challenge 9 months after I got out of the hospital. I ended up avoiding surgery, and I climbed all 7 mountains that day.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And shortly after that, a friend of mine
I
said...
hope they were like little bunny slopes. I'm sorry.
It was basically a marathon in the mountains.
Wow.
It was 26 miles, and you climb a little over 6,000 feet. So it was, I had no idea if I was going to be able to finish it or not, and I was absolutely shocked. I was one of the first 10 people to cross the finish line that day, which was completely shocking. But, it just sort of led to a completely different life path for me. And whereas a lot of people would look at that stay in the hospital as, they say, I'm so sorry. Well, it was really the best thing that could have happened. It turned my life in a direction I never expected it to go, and I embraced the change.
So what's Soul Care?
Soul Care I gave birth to Soul Care, if you will, about, 4 years into writing the blog. A friend of mine suggested I start telling my story about how I recovered, and that's how I started writing my blog. I ended up in Africa, and I volunteered with a orphanage there that housed blind albino children for a few days, and then I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro with a company called K2 Adventures that's here local. Mm-hmm. And just started working with them in a lot of different ways, and just realized that that's where my path belonged, that I needed to be getting people out into the outdoors and showing them what I learned and help them heal and find better ways of balance. So as I continued to clean up my diet and find holistic ways of managing my stress, it's body, mind, and spirit. You have to get all 3 in balance to really find that way for your body to relax. Because when your body is de-stressed, it heals itself. But there's a lot of things that you have to do to get it to that place, as we all know. And right now, I think this time of year is very stressful for a lot of people.
A lot of people.
People are feeling it. So for me, nature was the place to do that. And as I continued to clean up my diet, my body care products, I started looking at, I thought about osmosis and all this research I was doing in regards to nutrition. And I thought, what am I putting all over my skin? And I started making all of these remedies myself because I couldn't find anything that was not chemically laden. And with me being a backpacker and a climber and a traveler like I was, I wanted to find a natural way to bring these products along with me. And all my friends and family started asking me to make them for them. And it sort of turned into this larger project. And I realized that I was onto something, and the community of people that I have surrounding me are incredible. And the guidance that they've given me along the way, it sort of turned into really a community project. And I have so many different people that have helped out with that.
What are some of the things in your products that you have? Because we want to give away some of these things. You have some great giveaway, fun giveaway. But what are the products? Because we want them to go up on the website, because
Sure.
you've got a special going right now, and we want them to hear it. So, but what's in there? What do you got up there?
Well, it's all, again, natural body care, botanical, nature inspired. I have body mists, and aromatherapy is an incredibly powerful way of...
You were spraying it before you sat down.
Well, you have to, I always say, be responsible for the energy that you bring into a space. And aromatherapy is one of the best ways. Smells. People don't realize how much you connect with smells. So I have a line of body mists that are all inspired by my journey and the different places that I've been and the feelings that I've had. And they're incredible, and they really do change the mood. I have a bath soak that I call Adventuritis.
She was a nervous wreck before she came on, and look at her with just a couple of spritz. Go ahead.
I have a bath soak called Adventuritis, and it's basically for all of us outdoor weekend warriors or people who don't want to resort to taking medications. You soak in this Adventuritis. It's powerful petals. It's botanical. I have an all-in-one body balm that's a sunscreen. It's protective. It's healing. It's moisturizing, and it was also helped develop by a guy who climbed Mount Everest.
So I want to get this out too, that these are not a multi-level marketing or anything like that. You created them.
I created every
I want
single one
everybody
of
to
them.
know that, because everybody wonders with that, and this is not what it's about. She created them. They're her own, and they're probably really cool, because you seem to be pretty neat what you've been through. Let me say this. The website is Soul Care by CCC, so it's CCC as in cat.com. Now, if you put the code radio in there, you're going to get 10% for your holiday gift sets that she's got up there. Again, it's Soul Care by CCC.com. And so we've also going to do a giveaway here for everybody. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. She wants to give away one of her wellness t-shirts. They're a Soul Care V-neck t-shirt. They're organic t-shirts, and it's the color gray. And she says everybody loves them. It's a $35 value free to you. Our number here, 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. So when you work with people, you can work with people nationwide, you said.
Yeah,
And how do you work with them? You kind of get them from people who are out there stressed, and you kind of talk to them and consult with them?
Yeah, there's a couple different ways I do that. I do retreats, and I'm a guide for the Foundation for Blind Children. And by the way, 5% of all sales every day goes to the Foundation for Blind Children here in Phoenix.
Nice.
We took 10 of them whitewater rafting the Grand Canyon last summer, and trained with them. And just all of those things that I've learned out in nature, I can do those retreats anywhere nationwide. And I also do wellness workshops in the community. So I bring the community together and introduce them to kindred spirits that are looking for other people to connect with and find their wellness path. So I travel all over to do that.
The website is Soul Care by CCC, and if you put the code in radio, you're going to get 10% off the holiday gift sets that she's got, and 5% of all sales go to the Foundation for Blind Children. So that's really nice. And we also have our lines open here. Our number here, 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Get yourself an organic grade t-shirt, and that is a $35 value free to you. We've got 5 of them that we're giving away here. We only have a couple more minutes, so I got to go fast here. You've got some workshops that you got coming around the corner, and one of them is it's coming in tomorrow, right?
Well, tomorrow is the market at Made Art Boutique down on Roosevelt Row. So buy local. We'll be out there from 11 to 3. I'll be there live. You can make your own gift set. Come and meet me and say hi. There's a lot of really cool vendors there, and Roosevelt Row is an amazing place to visit anyway.
It is. It's fun. So it's at Made Art Boutique. It's downtown from 11 to 3. All the information on your website?
Correct.
Okay. And then you've got another one, a wellness shop that's happening. It's a workshop that's happening on January 12th at Audrey's. Is it Audrey's Boutique?
It's Audrey's, yes.
And that's from 6 to 8 p.m. Also, that's on your website?
That is.
What would you you be your words of wisdom because we have a minute, and I want you to say that for our listeners right now. We've got some hikers out there that love to hike, but you are passionate. Go ahead.
For me, it's always about bringing that peace with you wherever you go. There's something that says that, you can be in the middle of all kinds of chaos, and what inner peace means is not allowing that to affect who you are, and remembering to bring those breaths, those steps, and all that you learn from nature with you, and find that place in any setting.
What is the blog? Where do they go to it?
ChronicClimberChick.com.
So it's ChronicClimberChick.com. We've got our lines open here, and I'm letting everyone call throughout the rest of the show. Everyone's getting entered into win right now an organic gray t-shirt from her. It's a $35 value, free to you. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. It's Soul Care by CCC.com, and put the code radio in there and get 10% off.